Hello, Senior Stoner fans. This is the real Senior Stoner back at you for your Carta E-Rig Dab of the Day. Good morning, everybody. It's Saturday morning. Well, we talked about a very important topic yesterday, didn't we? We talked about traveling. And before I even start my topic today, I want to let you know that something has happened. My neck right here is starting to pop into a high 7 pain level, and my lower back is up at a high 5-6 pain level. I had been coasting in a zone of life is there. I can grab more life, and here's what I'm going to do right now. I'm not going to be stopped with the pain. It's important that I say that because I think sometimes we can approach it differently. Sometimes instead of going, oh my God, I've got the pain, oh my God, it's here. Take the positive and look at how many days you've been okay, how long you've been okay, how long you've been talking about doing things, how much you've been able to do, fishing, etc. So when you get these reoccurring nightmares that happen and you get scared, I get scared. I'm like, oh my God, the gunshots are coming back. I used to call them gunshots, they were that bad. Or, oh my God, it's coming back, how am I going to do the wedding? Or my stomach coming back, oh my God, how am I going to stand the wedding? Here's what has to happen. You got to put blinders on right now. Because special occasions, travel, they all work together. They're all stress builders. This is very important. I believe that this neck and back could be caused by tension, by me worrying about what I'm going to be like at the wedding, because it's so important to me. I don't know if you can tell, a little messy today, but I got a haircut for the first time in, 7 months. It's hard for me to sit in the barber chair. But what's important is your family, your loved ones, and a little bit of life. What's also important is that you don't let things like I just described stop you from doing what you need to do to keep moving in your life. So, we talked about taking trips, vacations, things like that, how you approach it. What we didn't talk about is the aftermath of a trip. What will happen to us after the trip? In other words, you take your pills, you take your medication like this, you do all the right things, you limit your activities, you do the important things. My son's going to have a destination wedding soon. And that's going to be difficult for me. Very difficult for me. But it doesn't matter. It's my son's wedding. So how do you do these things? Well, you've got to be prepared for the aftermath. What I'm basically saying to you is it could be one and done. I'm not promising anything. Because I know it's a house of cards. I know it's a very fragile thing, dealing with chronic intractable pain that when it comes with a vengeance from doing small things. So when you have a lot going on, I'm not experienced with the aftermath of that, frankly, because I have never done a lot in this situation. So it's going to be new to me. I'm going to experience something new. The wedding is going to be new to me because I haven't been somewhere for 5 or 6 hours on high. I've been on sandals. I've been on casual. I've been on doesn't matter, nothing. Well, you know what? Everything matters that day. My son's wedding went far away, on an island somewhere in the Caribbean. That's going to be the challenge we talked about yesterday. That's going to be, can you get to the airport? Can you get through the airport? Can you get on a plane? Can you sit on a plane? Can you get off the plane? Can you now go to a hotel? Now what? Do you collapse at the hotel or do you continue moving and have a continuation of your day? Every day is going to be like that down there. So I think what I'm doing right now is my tension's a little higher because I'm worrying about these things. And I'll say it again, I don't have a good metric solution because I've never done these things under the current scenario. Years ago, when everything was fine, my life was fine, before these horrible things fell apart, I endured and did everything. this is a little different. Here's the caveat, and I believe this to be true. If all that's going to happen from any one of these scenarios is I'm going to get jammed up with horrible pain, 100% worth it, just do it and deal with it. If I'm going to injure myself, injure my neck, injure my back, slip another disc, if those things could happen, you really got to watch it and make sure your decision trees are there. I don't think I'm at the latter. I think I'm at the former, which means I've got to buck up. I've got to take the pain and be prepared for an aftermath. And the aftermath basically is recovery. So I've got to be able to have a recovery mode after these very important things, and especially after a trip. So it's not just getting ready for the special occasion, doing the special occasion, getting ready for the trip, doing the trip. It's more important than that. It's how do you recover from those things? How do we recover? It's not a short video answer. The recovery process is extensive, and depending on what you do to yourself, I'll say it again, depending on what you do to yourself, could be up and including surgery. So you really got to manage when you're in the situation, when you're there, when you're doing it, when you're on the way to the airport, when you're walking through the air, when you're on the plane. You've got to manage the situation just like you do at home. In other words, you've got to stand up frequently from the chair. You've got to walk down the aisle. You've got to stretch. You've got to make sure you're okay in the airport and keep twisting, keep turning, keep staying loose. These are critical issues because if you get off the plane wherever you're going to go and you're unable to walk, you're not going to enjoy your trip. And forget enjoy, you're not going to be able to do your trip. And if it's a destination wedding like my first trip that I'm going to be taking will be, got to be there and you got to be good. So unfortunately, these are the horrors of living in intractable chronic pain, but they're the realities of life. And somehow we have to find a balance between the two. Life and horrors. Life and horrors. You want to up the life column and reduce the column of horrors. Let's take our dab of the day. We're going to have some bulldog extracts, do-si-do diamonds. Give those a try this morning. Do-si-do live diamonds. And good morning, everybody. Hope you have a great Saturday out there today. Seating charts getting done for the wedding, at the last steps now. A lot of exciting stuff at Senior Stoner's house happening right now. But this morning, we're going to do our dab and watch the dab train go by as we make sure we understand that all the travel, all the special occasions are great and how you deal with them, but you've got to come back. Cheers. It's pretty simple. If this was a business discussion, I'd be calling it an exit strategy. You need an exit strategy. Every sales executive, every salesperson has a strategy to enter an agreement, make the sale. Very few of them, only the best, the top, which I was, have exit strategies so that if you need to exit that business relationship, you can do it effectively and with integrity. So the exit strategy of a business arrangement is very similar to the strategy for the aftermath of a social situation, especially for people like us. Most people, after a beautiful wedding, a trip to somewhere, going to come home and go, what a great time. People like us, have to be concerned that we don't come home and go, oh my God, I'm going to die. There's a big difference, isn't there? To be, oh my God, I'm going to die versus what a wonderful trip. So it's about measuring, but in this case, it's about measuring afterwards. So you've got to be prepared. You've got to be prepared for the kickback, for the buck of that bronc, for the uncooperative pet. You've got to be prepared with a backup plan. What if it all falls to shit? These are such important things. We must address these things, because before you leave on that trip, before you engage in that special occasion, you've got to think about, what do I do when it's over? How do I get home? What's going to be like? What's my body going to do? You've got to do these things. You've got to think it through. This is the Real Senior Stoner, hoping you all have a great Saturday and that you and I make great plans for things in life, but also make plans for afterwards. Cheers. Have a great day, everybody. Real Senior Stoner saying, remember, one step at a time, and don't be scared to make those changes. Cheers.